I'm live with Reverend Mike Ochigbo. I spoke about him some time ago about how he wrote a comment on my very first book, and I shared that paper on the internet. And when I came to Yola, I told myself that I needed to see him, and it's been very, very inspiring. It's been inspiring talking with him. We've shared a lot of things about ministry, about life, about things that really matter. And I want to appreciate you, sir. Thank you for investing in me. You see, he wrote on Climate Vision Mountain. I see my books. So I told him he planted a seed, but now this is the forest.
Yeah, yeah.
These are the books, that some of them that we've written. And I want to appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much for, of course, we've said so much already. And you've been a blessing. Now, one of the things you said that struck me was about younger ministers and the quest for quick wealth, to just have overnight success. So now you have been in Yola for 31 years. So somebody looks at the results, that someone that just came out from Bible school, that is not even born again properly, still trusting God, then he sees maybe your name, maybe you go to preach somewhere and then people are talking about it. So he wants to achieve that same thing overnight. Maybe you have a word for those people.
Thank you for coming first. I'm so glad to see you again after many years and to see the progress, the mercy and the grace God has shown you, because it's not by might, it's not by power. It's not of him that runneth, not him that willeth, but God showeth mercy. And we're glad for his mercies. Like we're discussing, the Bible says it is through faith and patience we inherit the promise. These things, you can't change them. Technology cannot change them. It's so important for us to still know that God is living in a realm where he's not affected by technology. His counsel, his status, his ordinances are eternal. Anything that is internal is not subject to improvement or change.
Sure.
And so we must understand that. Otherwise, we're going to be under so much pressure to be able to adapt, so we can adapt worldly principles to building a kingdom. But that which is born of the flesh is the flesh. And the flesh cannot build God a kingdom. That's why he said, I'll build my church and the gates of hell will not prevail. So we can't use Satan's principles to build God's kingdom. Satan cannot arm you to defeat him. It's not possible. He won't do it. If I were Satan, definitely I won't do it. And Satan is smart. He won't do it. He was not going to hand you principles that will crumble his kingdom. Jesus Christ said, if Satan destroys himself, then his kingdom will not stand. And that man wants his kingdom to stand. So if we have to destroy the works of the devil, by that's the reason why God called us. Then we must fight with weapons that are not natural. They are not carnal. The Bible says the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Am I saying we shouldn't take advantage of technology? No, we should. But that does not replace the Holy Spirit. I used to say to people, instead of asking God, don't ask AI instead of asking God. Don't seek for guidance from AI instead of seeking guidance from the Holy Spirit. The Bible did not say they that are led by AI, they are the sons of God. It said they that are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God. That's eternal truth. The Spirit of God still leads today. God knew AI was going to be around, but he said we should be led by the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is not AI. It's not AI. It's not an artificial intelligence, an internal intelligence. It's the Holy Spirit, the third person of the Trinity. So I encourage my brothers and sisters in ministry, and every Christian for that matter, let's contend for the faith that has been once delivered to us. Faith is under attack. Two great things that Jesus said will be under attack is faith and love. Say, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many will wax cold. And they asked another person, when the Son of Man return, will he find faith in the earth? Because right now, people don't believe anymore that God does genuine miracles, because our faith in the intervention of God has been crushed. So that even when they see God has helped you genuinely, somebody say, you don't really know the true story. They are not telling the whole thing. So we no longer believe that our God is still able. And if that happened, then why are we Christians? Because Christians are people of faith. The just shall live by faith. But there are so many things in the social media's world now that has crushed people's faith, has overthrown people's faith. And I keep encouraging Christians, let's stand in and hold our faith. That's what makes us Christians. So I want to encourage your audience as you reach out to them, let them hold on to the eternal truth. All these trends and fads, they'll come and go. The Bible says the grass withereth and the flower fadeth, but the word of the living God abideth forever. Let's hold on to those things that are eternal. That's the house that will stand anyway. The house that is built on the rock. That's the house that will stand eventually. So you see, and we are so grateful you came to pay us a visit.
Thank you, sir.
Trust God that we'll see more
Yes.
of you. Please, I love to the brethren over there, and let me say this to your audience. Please pray for the Christians in the north.
Mm.
Thank you.
And then you said something about, um, you talked about praying for helping people when they're in trouble. We're talking about this north and the south. He said years ago he went somewhere to preach and he was telling the southerners somewhere in the east that they should help people in the north, help them in the north, because the time will come. At that time, it had not happened. That the time will come when the attacks the northerners were facing, the southerners will experience as well. And that was several years ago, and now it's happening. So I think that's a key lesson. It's still not too late, because to a large extent, the people in the south are living in some kind of ease, luxury, which is not a bad thing. Okay, but when you find your neighbor's house on fire, like they say, you help him quench the fire because it might spread to your own. So if things go out of control here in the north, then it's going to spread. They are going to get bored and want to conquer more territory.
Mm.
And then nowhere is really safe. God is our security. God is our safety. The Bible says the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it. It's not where the city you are living that is a strong tower. Bad things can happen in Yola the same way bad things can happen in America or in Lagos or in Abuja. So it's not your location that keeps you safe. So he also encourages that, and I want to also lend my voice. Please, let's be more concerned about the people in the north. Find out what's happening, pray for them, and then help them. Support churches. Sometimes churches are burnt, destroyed, and it takes a lot to build this thing. And they just need even the basics. In
Mm.
some places, there's no church,
Mm.
and they are built with thatch.
Mm.
No structures. But meanwhile, over there in the south, we are running into budgets of millions upon millions, and we are fighting over a new car or
Mm.
fighting over which country I'll travel to another. Meanwhile, some people just need something basic to
Mm.
support their Christianity. So I want to thank you, sir. This meeting today has really been impactful. I'm going to run. You've advised me and said some things, so I'm going to take them, and by God's grace, we will impact the lives of people with God's help. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. It's a
Thank you.
pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right.